Yes, more predictions, of course, because everything's about our future, but this channel's about today that's going to create that. And yes, you have control over it. Let's talk about Dolores Cannon's shocking 2026 prediction. We're here, we're at it. So, what if I told you that Dolores Cannon made a shocking 2026 prediction that explains exactly what happens after the December 2025 consciousness split? According to Edgar Cayce, the solstice on December 21st, and why almost nobody is preparing for it? While everyone's obsessing over December 21st, she's warning us about what comes next. And if she's right, 2026 is going to change everything we think we know about time, reality, and human consciousness. Let's go. Welcome to Landria on YouTube, here to help you break through the fears and live an absolutely outstanding mystical life. It's happening right now. Fear holds you back, it limits you. And today we're going to talk about moving past them. We're going to talk about Edgar Cayce, Dolores Cannon, what's coming, not in the next 12 months, but right now. If you want to move past fears, if you want to go into that space, I have all the tools for you. You can go down into the description and you can find Mind Over Money, the Abundance Accelerator. It's a free quiz. We got to get this right. We got to rewire it because we have to prepare for that new world. Digital Explorers, we're creating online businesses with purpose, positive impact. Yes, we can also make money doing it. And I have free inspiration to help you break through the fear. I'm hitting every area of your life. So I hope you'll subscribe, give me a like. Let's raise those algorithms on YouTube and beyond the planet. Let's talk about how we do that right now. So if you've been following my Edgar Cayce content, doing a lot of it, he fascinates me. You know he predicted a major consciousness split. It's happening in December 2025. But here's what most people miss. Dolores Cannon documented exactly what happens to those who make the split versus those who don't. I don't want you to be afraid of this because you're eternal and you're perfect. It's just part of the journey. But let's talk about our journey here on planet Earth. She said that 2025 is just the beginning. The people who successfully shift to higher frequency in December 2025 are going to experience something she called reality acceleration in 2026. Time starts moving differently. We're already experiencing that. Manifestation becomes nearly instant. I have been telling you this. For me, how instantaneous it is, it's mind-blowing. Are you experiencing this? And reality responds to intention in ways that seem impossible to those in 3D consciousness. This is why I want to help train you. Why? Because I want you to know that those thoughts are creating. And yes, we can be ready for that new consciousness. It's not too late. So hang in there with me. Let's talk about the reality acceleration phenomenon. This is the shocking part that nobody's talking about. Dolores said that in 2026, reality itself accelerates. I'm experiencing that. It's blowing my mind. What she called the reality acceleration phenomenon means that time, as we understand it, because there really is no such thing, begins to compress. Experiences that used to take years happen in months. Manifestation that took months happen in days or even hours. Are you feeling this? I'm so proud of so many of you that said, I'm in, and you're going to go into that space. It takes daily practice. So think about it like this. If you're still operating from 3D consciousness in 2026, everything will feel like it's moving too fast. You'll literally feel like you don't have enough time, even though you have the same 24-hour days. That's because your nervous system isn't calibrated for the higher frequency reality. So let's talk about the physical changes, the pineal gland and neural restructuring. This is physical. Everything's connected. So what happens with your frequency affects your body because you are frequency first and body second. Dolores was very specific about the physical changes. She said that the pineal gland, located somewhere in the middle of the brain, you'll have to look that up. We don't have time today. It goes into overdrive. That is a core spot for us. It will start producing 3 times more melatonin and activating dormant neural pathways. Your brain literally restructures itself to process higher dimensional information. Okay, this means enhanced intuition, right? The third eye. Focus on that when you meditate, but also something she called time sensitivity. You'll start feeling compressed time zones. Like when you have a really vivid dream that feels like hours, but it was really minutes. Only this happens in waking consciousness. You may experience that. So most people interpret this as anxiety or overwhelm, but it's actually the beginning of neural adaptation to accelerated reality. So that body has some adjustments. It can really do a number on you, right? So the artificial ascension device trap. Let's talk about that. Here's where it gets dark. And not to worry, the outcome here is good. But Dolores warned that wealthy people will try to buy their way into higher consciousness through expensive technology. All right? Don't worry about this. Don't freak out and worry about your future of technology. It's still a game. Remember this. She called these artificial ascension devices wearable gadgets that claim to enhance consciousness or connect you to higher dimensions. Just remember that I said that. All right? These devices do temporarily raise your frequency, but here's the trap. They drain your life force to do it. It takes a toll on you physically. This isn't just woo-woo stuff. Nobody can raise your frequency in the way it's meant to be, but you. No mechanism can do that. So be careful with that. You're literally borrowing consciousness, elevation, rather than earning it through genuine spiritual development. And that's the requirement. And when the effect wears off, you're left more disconnected than before. I've seen ayahuasca and DMT and all these other things. They're experiences, but it still doesn't get you to the core of your spiritual high frequency. That you have to do. And it's totally doable. And it doesn't take long to do that. Do the work. It's worth it. She said this would create a 2-tier consciousness system where the wealthy think they're ascended, but are actually enslaved to expensive technology that sells them a fake spiritual experience. Yeah, people like to cut corners, right? We are a little lazy that way. Just tell me the mantra to get the money. I want to just manifest stuff. Got to do the work. Corporate consciousness manipulation. So the corporate world's already preparing for this. I mean, hello, they've been doing this for a while, especially here in the US. Dolores predicted that by 2026, you'll see meditation apps with subscription models, consciousness enhancement services, and even licensed spiritual practitioners who teach you to access higher states for a fee. I just saw somebody who claims to channel Jesus and Yogananda and Archangel Michael and you name it. She did it all within an hour. And I had to ask myself, where's that coming from? So it's not that there's anything wrong with you earning money doing good things, but look at the intentions and how people are doing it and be very cautious about this. Dolores Cannon earned money through her hypnosis techniques. I know, I was trained by her. Well worth every cent doing good things. There were real results from that, and we're carrying those good works forward, all right? You got to pay your bills. Just watch how it's earned, how it's used, and the manipulation that could be behind this. So here's the problem. Real consciousness elevation, it can't be purchased or licensed or commodified. It can only be earned through genuine spiritual work. So her point is, if you pay for these things, it can't be done for you. That's her point. You still have to do the work. My mind over money, I empower you. I'm showing you how you become that powerful person, not how I can give you a mantra so that it'll appear. All right? These companies are going to convince people that they can buy their way to enlightenment, keeping them trapped in the illusion of consumerism while the real shift happens. Look at if whatever you're doing is going to empower you, help you to elevate your frequency, help you to manifest the things in your life you desire, because now you've learned how to do it, not somebody trying to tell you that it can be done for you. This is the consciousness trap Dolores warned about, selling people fake spiritual experiences while real transformation requires authentic work. You may not like it if you look at this over here and you think, oh, I have to do some work here. I'm just going to buy this and somebody's going to make it all happen for me. It won't work. So let's talk about children's role, the 2026 teachers. Now, here's something beautiful that Dolores revealed. Children born between 2024 and 2025 will be born already calibrated for the 2026 acceleration. They're not going to struggle with time compression or reality acceleration because they're already native to higher frequency. They're coming on the planet while it's already on its way up to amazing things. So in 2026, these children will actually teach adults how to navigate accelerated reality. What a beautiful thing. They'll intuitively understand technology, consciousness, integration, know how to maintain higher vibrational states in fast-moving environments, and help adults heal from the artificial ascension trap, right? That fake world that says it can be done for you. She called them the bridge children, born just before the 2025 shift, but perfectly adapted for the 2026 acceleration. That's when we really accelerate. The tech spiritual split decisions. Okay, so this is the crucial decision point Dolores identified. In 2026, humanity faces a binary choice. Technology can either accelerate spiritual consciousness or suppress it entirely. She said there would be two paths, and we've been warned about this for quite some time. It's happening. The technological integration, where technology serves consciousness evolution, and the techno-material path, where technology replaces spiritual development. And we think it's happening, but it's not, right? And you'll know the people who choose artificial ascension devices in 2026 will find themselves on the techno-material path. They'll become dependent on external technology for consciousness experiences instead of developing internal spiritual capacity. Meanwhile, those who do the real inner work will discover technology that amplifies rather than replaces their spiritual abilities. And you're going to want to work with others who show you how you can become this perfect, amazing, unlimited creator that you are already. Economic transformation, money becomes obsolete. Here's something that will affect everyone. Dolores said that by mid-2026, traditional, and we've been hearing this for years, and it hasn't happened yet, not quite, traditional money systems will begin to collapse. And I see that happening, right? We're setting ourselves up for that, not because of economic crisis, but because in accelerated reality, manifestation becomes so fast that money becomes irrelevant. When you can consciously create what you need, why would you need currency, right? Things start to appear, and we work as communities to make sure that happens. It's not like it just shows up in your house. It's that somebody shows up with it, and then you give them something, and we have a community that is abundant. Does that make more sense? But here's the transition period problem. People who haven't developed their manifestation abilities will panic when money systems change. This is why I'm teaching you mind over money. Money is a big fear-based problem. They'll desperately try to maintain old economic structures while those who prepared will be living in abundance consciousness. Everything is about what you believe you can create, no matter what your current circumstances. Everything can be overcome. You're doing it. You're in charge, okay? She said this creates what she called the abundance gap. Massive economic inequality between those ready for 2026 reality and those still trapped in scarcity thinking. Got to get out of that. Come on, we can do this. Relationship dynamics in accelerated reality. Dolores was very specific about relationships. In 2026, after the reality acceleration begins, people who made the 2025 shift, this is happening right now, will find that their old relationship patterns dissolve. Past trauma, resentment, and even family dynamics that seemed permanent will simply stop being relevant. You're not going to even have to worry about it. But here's the shocking part. She said that people who missed the shift will desperately try to maintain old relationship contracts, creating what she called energetic dragging. They'll unconsciously pull the frequency elevated people back into lower vibrational patterns. Be careful. People are oblivious to the gateways that are opening available to all of us. It's just a choice. They're going to stay in the 3D world and they're going to think nothing happened and that, they're still going to grasp for that material world that is dissolving because we're going to handle it differently. We'll know our powers and you can do this. This means some family relationships, friendships, even romantic partnerships will naturally end in 2026. This is not a bad thing, not because of conflict, but because the people involved that are literally operating from different reality frequencies. The accelerated reality people will crave deeper, more authentic connections. You guys have experienced this with spouses and whatever, while those left behind will cling to familiar patterns. Sometimes you got to walk, but you know what? I think compassion and love, that's going to override everything. If you shine your light, they may just come around. So don't give up completely. Why old patterns won't work anymore. If you're in a relationship where you're constantly trying to fix someone or make them understand your spiritual experiences, Dolores said that's a sign you're with someone who missed the 2025 shift. It also is a sign, by the way, that you're trying to change somebody and that your ego thinks you're right and that they should change. It's still their choice and their pathway. In 2026, trying to maintain relationships with people who haven't elevated their consciousness, well, it's going to drag your energy and keep you trapped in lower frequencies because you're going to be wanting them to change. And no, just let it go. Let it go. They'll come around. Shine your light and show how beautiful and loving you can be, no matter what they do, what choices they make. Because remember, if you've read my book, everyone's right. Everyone is right. Yeah, you'll find out why. This is going to be incredibly painful for many people because it means releasing relationships that they've held for decades. But Dolores was clear. The accelerated reality requires you to choose between maintaining old connections that hold you back or embracing new relationships with people who are native to higher frequency. Some people just naturally in that space, right? They came here for that, and you're going to find out who those people are. She said this is why preparation is so crucial. You need to mentally and emotionally prepare for the relationship evolution that's coming. It's going to be beautiful. You can feel so comfortable, and you're going to be with your peeps, and then we're going to lead the way, and others can absolutely be invited in. No one's excluded. No one gets left behind. I want to make sure you understand that. So how do you prepare? What are the requirements for 2026? Now, here's what Dolores said you need to do right now to prepare for 2026. Edgar Cayce said the same thing. Watch those videos. First, you must establish what she called frequency anchors. These 3 specific practices that keep you connected to higher reality, even when time starts moving faster. These include daily meditation. I've been amping mine up. Conscious gratitude practice. I've been amping mine up. And what she termed future memory, literally programming your mind with how you want reality to feel in 2026. I teach you that in my courses, all of mine. I teach you, even my business courses, we have mindset, and we know that we have to think like the successful entrepreneurs that are going to change the planet in a positive way. We have to shift out from where you are now to where you want to be. You have to know it, see it, believe it, and we can create that, okay? You hold that power. So you're going to notice technology responding faster to your intentions, your dreams are becoming more vivid, prophetic, and time beginning to feel compressed. You'll start running out of time. You're going to think, oh my gosh, I just recently said to my friends, oh my gosh, how many Christmases are we going to be here? And it was a little frightening. Well, it wasn't really frightening. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to leave here. But you'll realize time has shifted in a very powerful way. This is because the higher frequency reality has different time mechanics. And if you're not prepared, you'll feel constantly behind. So just relax. Do what you can. You're in a 3D world, right? We still are. There are no limits over there. So if Dolores Cannon's right about this 2026 acceleration, and her track record suggests she is, she was pulling from some serious dudes out there, okay? A whole group of people. The one, they said that they don't have names. I believe the higher realms don't have names. Only we need names because we think of things as individuals, but they are not. They're the collective, and they dictated many books. You might want to check those out. And then we have about 60 days to prepare. So I want to give you free information so that you can start doing some of these practices to get yourself into a different frame of mind and a different frequency permanently, and let go of the patterns that are holding you back, the struggle, the lack. All of it has to go. The relationships that no longer serve you or that other person. So drop a ready in the comments if you're committed to preparing for 2026. You guys have already been doing that. I'm so excited. Like, yes, there are people out there saying, yes, I'm going to do this. I've been fasting. I'm feeling a little weird right now. I just had my mushroom coffee at 9:15 p.m. So make sure you follow for my upcoming 3 things Dolores Cannon said you must do before 2026 video. And your future self will thank you. There's a video Edgar Cayce said, things you must do. They're pretty simple, but take a look. And by the way, those of you who've asked about my makeup, vegan, non-toxic, it's called Il Maquillage. You'll see those products. I'm going to pop those products up here. Anytime you see products show up, you guys have asked me about it. I'm going to lead you to supporting the businesses and being a consumer that supports a new world where responsible business owners are not using plastics. Stop putting toxins in your body. It's time to clean up. Watch those videos about Edgar Cayce. He gives the steps. We got to clean it out, peeps. That's a heavy energy. So again, please subscribe, share this with people, and let them know it's not the end. If you missed the 2025 transition, the gateway, and okay, maybe even 2026, you're never left behind because you're still part of the one source of all things, and that it's just going to be a different journey for you. But you're aware now. You're watching this, so now you know, guess what? You have to make a choice. We all do. And I know you can do it. And by the way, to my friends who said, well, there's some things that I might not be able to give up, alcohol or whatever. Hey, be your best. Just be your best. If you take it up a few notches and you back off on it or you give it up completely, you're raising the frequency on some level. So, hey, listen, there's no judgment. There's no judgment over there. It's only humans to do that because we're low frequencies and we separate one another. So you are not judged. You are loved unconditionally and you're whole, perfect, strong, and powerful. Loving, harmonious, and happy. Again, go down in the description. I have all kinds of links for you from water purifying systems, and you have discounts, to my Amazon store where I have all kinds of products that don't come in plastic. They don't hurt animals or our planet. We have to make higher decisions now. And by the way, these things don't cost any more than the junk you buy in these stores. We do control businesses. We control it all by our decisions and our choices. Take a look at what yours are right now. I'm counting on you, and I know you can do this. Something beautiful is happening, and as I've shared with you, I've had great intuitive feelings that something very big is happening, and it's on a high level. I don't know what that means. If it means that, or governments, I don't know, but it's going to be on a high level. You ready for it? I know you are. You came here for it. So you are whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy from the Master Key System. Let's move on. You're going to love these upcoming videos. Namaste.